Good. Happy Wednesday morning, everyone, and happy hump day is May 5th, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to rise and shine and get this Wednesday off to a good start, so sit back, relax, and grab that good cup of coffee and enjoy this Wednesday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King, where we have a little bit of everything for you in this program. So, let's begin right now. First step, Derek Chauvin juror speaks out on Tshirt Controversy.
At Panera, we take care of dinner time. We use fresh, clean ingredients to make mouth-watering masterpieces. Order our new flatbread pizzas for dinner tonight with delivery or pickup. Only at Panera.
Breaking headline I mentioned off the top tonight, late today, involving Derek Chauvin after that guilty verdict. Lawyers for the former Minneapolis police officer tonight are now asking for a new trial. Late today, filing a motion on several grounds, including what they claim is jury misconduct. It comes as a photo has surfaced showing one of the jurors wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt and cap and attending a march in Washington during which members of George Floyd's family spoke. Here's ABC's Alex Perez tonight, of course, following the case from the start for us.
Tonight, Brandon Mitchell, one of 12 jurors who convicted former cop Derek Chauvin of killing George Floyd, is defending his impartiality as a juror after this picture of him last August resurfaced online at the March on Washington commemorating Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, an event where George Floyd's family members were among the speakers. Mitchell, wearing a shirt with a picture of Dr. King and the words, "Get your knee off our necks," and BLM. After the guilty verdict, Mitchell telling our Robin Roberts that video of Chauvin's knee on Floyd's neck was key.
And then seeing the multiple angles of it from the body cams, from the other cell phones, it was probably the most important piece of evidence.
Mitchell, during jury selection, answered no when asked if he participated in demonstrations about police use of force. Mitchell told the Minneapolis Star-Tribune his attendance in D.C. was 100% not a march for George Floyd and directly related to MLK's march in the 60s. Tonight, Chauvin's defense attorney, Eric Nelson, filing this motion for a new trial, citing a number of reasons, including jury misconduct.
Certainly gives him some ammunition in terms of him asking the court to conduct a hearing to determine whether or not this juror should have been on the jury or not.
And David, that defense motion for a new trial is expected in high-profile cases like this one. The prosecution has already responded, saying they will vigorously oppose that motion. As for the juror, Brandon Mitchell, he says the decision to convict was based solely on the evidence. David?
All right, Alex Perez again tonight. Thank you, Alex.
Hi, everyone. George Stuff.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Biden wants 160 million vaccinations by July 4th. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
You want anything?
No, I'm good, babe.
Can I get a quarter pounder with cheese? Make that too? Thank you.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night, and we have several developing stories. The Derek Chauvin case, lawyers asking for a new trial amid new questions over a juror. We're also tracking that potentially dangerous string of storms. But we begin tonight with President Biden's new goal for COVID vaccinations. He hopes to have 160 million Americans fully vaccinated by the 4th of July, and 70% of all adults with at least one shot, a new strategy shifting vaccines to where they're needed most, to where Americans are still most likely to get them. President Biden revealing today states will be getting doses based on demand. Unwanted or unused vaccine will go where there is demand for it instead. And news tonight on children here as well. The FDA could give emergency use authorization to Pfizer to vaccinate 12 to 15-year-olds in the coming days. And when they do, President Biden said Pfizer is, quote, ready to move immediately. And we're also learning more tonight about children who are younger than 12. Could vaccinations for them come closer to fall? And the numbers tonight, more than 145,700,000 adults have received at least one dose. That's more than 56% of all adults now. But the president acknowledging the drive to vaccinate has now entered a new phase, already reaching adults most eager to get vaccinated. And now the new effort to reach the rest of adults if we have any hope of still reaching herd immunity in this country, promising more walk-in appointments, pop-up clinics, and mobile units, especially in rural America and smaller communities. So tonight here, who still hasn't been reached and the parts of the country where they're most hesitant. ABC's Victor Akendo leading us off from Florida tonight.
Tonight, in the race to vaccinate millions more Americans, the president is setting a new goal for the country by the 4th of July.
Our goal by July 4th is to have 70% of adult Americans with at least one shot and 160 million Americans fully vaccinated. That means giving close to 100 million shots.
The president is laying out a new phase of the vaccine push, first focusing on vaccinating 12 to 15-year-olds, with the FDA expected to give Pfizer the green light in the coming days.
We are ready to move immediately move to make about 20,000 pharmacy sites across the country ready to vaccinate those adolescents as soon as the FDA grants its okay.
The White House also launching a new tool to help people find vaccines by texting their zip code or going to vaccines.gov. More vaccinations will go to rural communities to reach people with limited access, and there will be a shift from mass vaccination sites to smaller, more convenient locations.
Now we're going to have to bring the vaccine to people who are less eager.
About 32% of the country has been fully vaccinated, but demand has been falling. Vaccinations dropping by 2.28 million doses a day.
There's obviously some vaccine hesitancy going on, and, when they know the facts, I think it'll help get them out.
ABC News Washington Post polling shows where vaccine hesitancy is highest. 44% of rural Americans and 37% of Republicans and conservatives alike say they probably won't get vaccinated.
What we're trying to do is to dig deeper into the causes of this reluctance. Is it education? Is it religious? Is it overall fear of science and medicine?
Across the country, teams are going door to door.
I'm just probably going to wait.
Many people are still on the fence about the vaccine.
I've got other family, and some of them have got the shots. They've gotten a little bit sick from it and stuff, So I'm saying, is it worth it or not worth it? I really don't know.
But millions of Americans have also seen the impact of COVID firsthand.
I know my nephew had it. He almost died.
That experience made the Cohn family realize COVID could strike anyone. 3 generations overcoming their own hesitancy to get their vaccine together.
I'm the biggest scary cat it is of getting a shot. I am the biggest baby. This is my son right here. He's my only child. And I need to be healthy and be around for him for the future to see what he's going to become.
And so let's get to Victor Akendo. He joined us tonight from a mass vaccination site in Miami that will close at the end of the month amid this shift in efforts to reach those in smaller communities. And Victor, I wanted to get back to what you reported there about children in this country. Walk us through the potential timing here of when we could get that FDA decision on the Pfizer vaccine for children 12 to 15. And of course, a lot of parents want to know about children who are even younger than that.
David, the FDA could give the green light for the Pfizer vaccine for children ages 12 to 15 as early as this week, and Pfizer says that in September it will seek clearance from the FDA for use of the vaccine in children ages 2 to 11. David?
All right, Victor Akendo leading us off tonight from Florida. Victor, thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we are going to switch gears now, and let's go into weather. And here's a look at the weather across the United States for all of you for this Wednesday morning. As you can see, we have some rain in Boston, New Hampshire, and Maine. And there's some rain around New York and down there. And then there's some rain over here with a little bit of snow as well. And some rain down here as Otherwise, the rest of the United States is all dry. And that is a look at the weather across the United States for this Wednesday. And today is Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Let's have some tacos. Tacos, some Mexican food. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Cinco de Mayo is today. And we are going to switch gears now. And let's talk about this. A top New York City restaurant plans to reopen with new plant-based menu. Let's take a look at that.
One of the world's most famous restaurants, making a revolutionary transformation. New York City's acclaimed 11 Madison Park set to reopen with a new plant-based menu. Will Reeve is outside 11 Madison Park with the details. Hey, Will.
Hey, George. Through those doors behind me is a temple of fine cuisine. People from around the world make a pilgrimage here to eat the best food they've ever had. But starting next month, they won't be having meat. The owner and chef here saying, our creativity has always been tied to a specific moment in time, and that it was time for a change. That change could transform the industry.
Steak, lobster, fish, and caviar, staples of the dining elite. Until now. In a head-spinning, potentially industry-redefining announcement, New York City's 11 Madison Park, with a perfect 4-star rating from the New York Times, an elusive 3-star Michelin rating, and ranked #1 on the world's 50 best restaurants list in 2017, revealing that when it reopens in June after a prolonged pandemic-induced shutdown, its menu will be 100% vegan.
The way we have sourced our food, the way we're consuming our food, the way we eat meat, it is not sustainable.
Yeah.
And that is not a opinion.
They're still charging $335 for each person to dine at this restaurant. So it's how comfortable are we paying this much for vegetables? And, you know, the big question is, are people willing to do it? And I think that's what everyone will have their eye on.
Daniel Hume, 11 Madison Park's head chef and owner, announcing the menu overhaul on the popular NPR podcast, How I Built This.
So like no meat, no animal products.
Yeah, we decided we have to put our creativity towards a plant-based diet.
11 Madison Park's announcement coming on the heels of recipe app and website Epicurious phasing out new beef recipes. Trend watchers point out that more Americans are going vegetarian, and stars like Beyonce, Jay-Z, Meghan Markle, and Kim Kardashian all adhere to the diet. But will plant-based dining become the future of restaurants?
It's definitely feasible that we'll see more restaurant menus that are meat-free. So if a place like 11 Madison Park does succeed, it can only lead to more openings of this sort.
The restaurant says it has evolved its business model as well. When it reopens on June 10th, every dinner purchased will pay for 5 meals for food insecure New Yorkers. Now, the menu has not been fully revealed yet, but there is at least one non-vegan option. You can still get milk with your post-dinner coffee or tea. George?
Okay, Will, thanks very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans.
Okay, there you go. Very cool indeed. Have to try it out next time I'm in New York. And we are going to switch gears now, and let's go into entertainment news. And in entertainment news, Meghan Markle writing a book, but it's not what you think. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the great unknown. You've packed up your things.
Meghan Markle can officially add children's book author to her impressive resume. The 39-year-old Duchess of Sussex has written her first children's book, titled The Bench. Meghans' literary debut is illustrated by best-selling artist Christian Robinson, and the audiobook will be narrated by Meghan herself.
So I can't wait.
So what's the book about? It tells the story of the, quote, special bond between father and son as seen through a mother's eyes, and is inspired by her husband, Prince Harry's relationship with their nearly 2-year-old son, Archie. The book will be released on June 8th, ahead of Father's Day on June 20th.
I would say I'm just really thrilled.
In a statement, Meghan explains, quote, "The bench started as a poem I wrote for my husband on Father's Day, the month after Archie was born. That poem became this story." The former Suits star adds that she worked closely with the artist to depict this special bond through an inclusive lens. And her hope is that the book resonates with every family, no matter the makeup.
Look, the duck is so hot, he's getting a drink of water. No, the rabbit is so hot, he's cooling off his ears. That's the sun, and what's that? Fish. Fish, fish, fish. Let's turn the page. Let's see what else happens.
The announcement was made just 2 days before Archie's 2nd birthday. The Duchess is currently pregnant with the couple's 2nd child, a baby girl who is due this summer.
I'm sure they've probably got a very good idea of what they're going to call their little girl. And I think many people are expecting that Diana is going to be one of her name.
ET spoke with royal expert Katie Nichol last month, who shed some light on how the couple is planning to spend the months after becoming a family of 4.
Meghan is going to take some maternity leave. She didn't have much maternity leave last time round. She was really busy launching a clothing collection for Smartwork. She was putting the finishing touches to her Vogue issue. So I think she worked incredibly hard during her first pregnancy and didn't take much maternity leave, but I'm told second time round, she's actually going to make a point of taking some time out, enjoying this time, and Prince Harry's also going to take his paternity leave too. You know, he's very much a modern dad, and he's entitled to that time.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Wednesday edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your Wednesday. See you back here later on today with more news coverage. Goodbye.